All right. Welcome to the Takeover. How you guys doing? Awesome, awesome. You ready to meet some influencers? All right. Don't mind me. I'm going to have a seat. Okay. So first to the stage is a woman by the name of Joy. She came to the scene 3 years ago. She's been a strong resource that many have leaned on and gone to for education. She represents the female audience and has founded the hashtag Tesla Women, which helps promote and encourage events and meetups. Joy drives a 2018 Unicorn Silver long-range rear-wheel drive Model 3. She's an FSD beta tester, is always available to help new and future Tesla owners. Let's give her a warm welcome for Joy. Welcome. All right. Next to the stage, some of you guys may know, he goes by the name of Brian, a.k.a. I1 Tesla. He's known for completely disassembling his vehicle and then putting it back together again. He's famously known for his What If series on YouTube, where he answers, viewers' questions on what if scenarios with their vehicles. Brian takes DIY to another level, like literally, with sharing how to install third-party parts, vinyl, and more. To be honest, he takes the fear out of doing things to your car and being DIY. And if you're not a DIY person, he's pretty damn entertaining to watch. He currently owns a Model S Plaid and a Model Y. Welcome to the stage, Brian. Welcome, Brian. All right. Next, Rafael, a.k.a. Tesla Tino. Raf represents the Latino community from Florida. He helped form the Tesla Owners Club of South Florida. He's been an advocate for Tesla in Puerto Rico. He has an epic purple Model 3, if you have not seen it. He's driven through almost every state in the U.S. This guy loves to drive. He continues to educate and review products and Tesla-related content on his channel. Please welcome Rafael. All right. And last but certainly not least, Kyle Connor. Kyle founded Out of Spec Motors. Some of you may have heard them. With over 300,000 combined subscribers on his Out of Spec reviews and motoring channels, Kyle is very respected in the community for his knowledge of vehicles, more specifically EVs. He's also the former EV Cannonball record holder and has driven more EVs than probably any of us up here. Please welcome to the stage, Kyle. Okay. So what I wanted to start with you guys is everyone up here has a YouTube channel, is a YouTuber. And so let's start with that journey, right? What brought you to YouTube? How did you get there? Joy, let's start with you.
Yeah, thank you. I started my YouTube channel in September 2018, 2 months after I took delivery of my Model 3. I started it because I noticed a lot of people are asking questions about this car online. And instead of typing responses to them individually, I decided to start making videos, sort of like a tutorial, and just refer people to that. So that's how my channel got started.
Awesome. Brian.
I started the same way. I got my car in 2018, and I recorded the journey before getting the car, going through finance and speccing out the car and trying to find the car and just answering questions.
I'm sorry, I gotta add, I watched Brian's video before I got my own car. So he helped me.
I think we've all helped each other along with our fans, so it's been an awesome journey. Rafael.
Hey, thank you, Raj. Hi, everyone. So I started my channel after, so when I reserved my car, which was sight unseen, I was waiting like most people, right? And in between that time that I was waiting, I had a motorcycle accident that put me in bed for 9 months. The Tesla community embraced me, and I embraced it. I forget a lot of stuff that happens, so I decided to put the YouTube channel. Initially, I was going to put the videos private, so I don't lose those memories. But then it all became something that I wanted to share. So I founded another club like this one, but in Florida. And the reason why I have the channels is because I want to share the experience with everyone. So I hope that's something that people appreciate because I love doing it. It's a small channel, but it's hard to run 3 or 4 channels at the same time. So I'm doing my best, and it's going to be ramping up soon.
Awesome. Thank you. Kyle.
Yeah, I actually don't remember. I think there was probably some of the conversations were around like a severe lack of vehicle testing, especially on the electric side here in America. I was like, okay, we should do some nerdy stuff with cars. And then, I don't know, I started hanging around with this crazy Brian guy over here. And then, then we made some videos. Yeah, something like that.
That's awesome.
I mean, you started shredding my tires at the track.
Yeah, Brian was like, okay, go drift my car around the track. I'm like, you don't know what you're asking for. And so
I didn't.
Yep, but that was good. The early days of Out of Spec, and I won.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that everyone up here, what, under 4 years? Kyle, you probably longest?
Yeah, I think maybe close to 6 for me. But I've been making YouTube videos for probably 10 years, but then like I was like, oh, this can actually, you can, you know, eat ramen noodles and maybe some nicer meals, you know, probably 6 years ago, something like that.
Yes, there you go. Okay, awesome. So what I thought would be handy and fun would be kind of a lightning round of questions. So I've got a bunch of questions for each one of you. I'll kind of popcorn all over the place, and you know, we'll just go through it and have some fun. So first question, Brian, Mr. DIY, all the modifications that you've done, is there a modification that you regret?
Yeah.
Was it when you put those stupid speakers on my car?
I don't regret putting them on your car.
It was terrible.
I really don't. That was pretty bad. You know, I like all the modifications. I do pick them. I work with Handshow a lot. I've partnered with them, and I do turn some things down. I don't put everything on the car, but I like everything I did.
What about cutting a hole through your back seat? So
That was amazing. I love that. And there's 2 other people that have done that.
Yes.
Not overseas they've done it, but it was awesome. That was very useful.
Like I say, this is the guy that does the things that you're afraid to do, but then you feel comfortable after watching. So check out Brian. All right, Kyle. Now, you previously held the Cannonball record. If those of you aren't familiar with Cannonball, it's basically the fastest way you can get from the East Coast to the West Coast. And Kyle's taken his EV and won this Cannonball before. So what would you say is the worst part of that Cannonball run?
Yeah, we've done a few up to this point. I don't think any more in the future. It's currently held by a Model S long range piloted by Ryan Levinson, and yeah, he had a small crew that helped him as well. We've done it twice, took a Model 3 once, then a Porsche Taycan to prove, you know, CCS network is actually faster than Tesla back then. Now maybe it's worth another run in a Lucid. Someone should do that. The worst part, yeah, I mean, you're just driving for 40 hours. Hopefully under 40 hours on the next run for someone, not me. But yeah, really want to see these dip into the 30 hours. Everyone do them safely. Yeah, towards the end, you got to keep your mind sharp.
Yeah, really exciting to see EVs now start to compete with gas cars on making this kind of run and making it possible. Awesome. All right, Joy. Talk to me about your first time being recognized in public.
Oh, wow. I think the first time was at the one that I remember is at the Cybertruck unveiling event. And I checked in. I was about to go into a reception area. There was a Tesla employee letting people in. So I walked in, and he opened the rope, and he goes, "You're Tesla Joy." I was like, "Wait, you work here?" He goes, "Yeah, I watch your videos." And I was just blown away that Tesla employees actually watched my video. So that was the moment that I remember.
That's amazing. I think we all have had a moment like that. Raphael. So Raphael's driven a lot all over the U.S. And so question for you is, what's the most interesting thing that you've discovered on one of your journeys?
Well, because of autopilot, it's really easy for me to make the long trips. I think it's a game changer, especially if you need assistance because of injuries. Because I have problems with my with my right leg, and it's the accelerator that I don't have to keep track of that. I think that visiting the Tesla Supercharger network is probably very eye-opening for me and for many. It allowed me to do trips like when I went to Canada, and on my return trip to Miami, I made it in 23 hours. So 23 hours in an EV, I don't think it's very common, and I think it's only possible because of the Supercharger network. The same thing when I did the drives to Silicon Valley twice from Miami as well. I mean, it just makes it so much better. So yeah, I have to say that, and the fact that when I go to parks, places where there's nature, I don't feel guilty because I'm driving an electric car that doesn't, spit out fumes, right? So
Yeah, exactly. Is there a state? Have you been to every state?
I have not been to Alaska and Washington State for sure.
It's pretty impressive. Two out of the 50. Awesome. All right, Brian. What's your most favorite video that you've made? You made a lot of videos. What would you say that you had the most fun making, or that maybe most people reacted to or got the most views?
Well, going back to where I cut the hole in the back of the seat, that was fun. The intro is 5 of me just masked together. That took me longer to do than cutting the hole in the seat. It was just editing that video. That was the most fun.
And then follow up to that, what's the most difficult part and that may be the answer, is that what's the most difficult part about being a YouTuber?
In the beginning, it's getting used to hearing yourself and really just getting past that and talking to yourself, really, because it's a very lonely job. It's just you and a camera holding it like this. I never see you guys. You guys see us. So this is kind of weird.
But we hear you. We read your comments, for sure.
Yes, some of them.
All right, Joy. Which non-Tesla EV would you buy next?
Oh, that's a great question.
Don't buy an Audi.
I'm not going to buy an Audi. I don't know, because I plan on keeping my Tesla for as long as it runs. So that could be 10, 15 years from now. So I don't know what other EVs will be out there.
What are you excited about? What brand are you excited about now that's outside of Tesla?
I think Rivian is doing really great. I'm seeing a lot of Rivians on the road now. I mean, we have Rivians here. Yeah, I think outside of the regular legacy autos that are currently making gas cars, just a new EV startup, I think Rivian is gonna do well.
Okay, and then follow up to that for Kyle. You've seen a lot of EVs. You've driven a lot. I mean, like I said, you've been in more than I think I can imagine. So, with all that you know, what would you like to see next in the world of EVs?
Good question about what's to come for electric cars, I guess. I don't know. We're finally getting into the pickup truck world with F-150 Lightning, Hummer EV. Not really a useful truck, more of a lifestyle piece. Really freaking cool, by the way. I own a Rivian, love it, use it. We have it loaded up with junk all the time. And some of my colleagues are driving it now. I saw them putting it to work, towing something. So really useful electric vehicles. I think, honestly, it's not the sexiest thing, but I think fleets are the next option, the next best opportunity to electrify vehicles. Most notably because you can put smaller batteries in vehicles if you know exactly the route they're going. So you can make more vehicles, smaller batteries, have your exact route planned, and you don't need to plan for the customer case like us, which is make it go as far as possible and charge as fast as possible. And yeah, so for resources, it's boring, but fleets, we need more utility EVs for that.
Absolutely, I would agree. Okay, Raphael, favorite, 2 questions, 2-part. One is your favorite feature in your Tesla, and then what's a request? Because you've been successful on requests on Twitter. So favorite feature that exists, and then favorite feature you'd like to see come.
My favorite feature definitely is autopilot, FSD with the beta. Even in how incomplete it is right now, it helps a lot. I think that's my favorite feature. I think that's my favorite feature right now. Requests, I made a recent one, but I mean, the cars are so good that there are very few things that I think they need. Like, if they don't have them, they're bad. I'm pulling a blank here right now on what's the next feature.
Who wants to take it?
You want to see that Roadster fly with those rocket boosters we're supposed to get?
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
See these
So,
things
just a
levitating
jump.
everywhere.
I just remembered one. So, and I recently tweeted about that. That's where most of my activity online happens, on Twitter. And I think if we have a way to have the cars follow each other, like lock it, like target lock, like a jet fighter, and when you're road tripping, if you're more than one car, at least the lead car can be followed by the others. If they change lanes, the other cars can follow. That would be awesome, because I love to do trips with many cars.
Yeah.
I think that would be something awesome.
We do simulated like firing at the car in front of you too.
That would be awesome.
Like Top Gun. That would
Yeah.
be fun. It's like
Yeah.
a game.
Maybe.
I would just like to see them talk to each other, like intercom feature, just be like, "Brr," like a what was that, Nextel?
A bit
I'm
of
aging myself now.
privacy issues, maybe.
Okay. This is a question for all, so we'll just go down the line. A YouTuber that you admire or look up to, and it cannot be someone that's on this stage. Joy.
Well, I gotta say it's Kim Java. So she, along with Brian, they're the YouTubers that I started watching before I took delivery of my car. And Kim is also another female YouTuber. So she shares her perspective. She's also a mom with young children. So I really admire her and respect her for what she's doing. So yeah, definitely Kim.
Awesome. Yeah, she's great. Brian.
Mine's not really a Tesla YouTuber. I mean, I guess he is. Dan from What's Inside.
Yeah.
He does a lot of stuff. I like his family channel where it's just him does a lot of Tesla stuff, but goes to the events. He's a really nice guy. And I just like the flow of it.
Yeah, and caveat, it doesn't need to be a Tesla YouTuber. It could just be any YouTuber. Raphael.
Well, I'm going to keep it in the family of Tesla because I have so many people in YouTube that I admire, from Marquez Brownsley to some filmmakers. But in terms of Tesla, Trevor Page from Canada is a very good friend. And because of him, I learned a lot when I was starting with this. Unfortunately, he stopped making videos on his channel, but we stay in touch. And I hope that one day he reconsiders and kicks off that awesome channel that he has. So, yeah, that would be Trevor Page to me.
Yeah, good friend. Kyle.
Yeah, 3. I think there's this cool dude, RVing with Andrew Steele, pumps out a video every day, super, no big editing, just a camera, him, and cool RVs. I watch Guga Foods to, make the best cooking stuff. And then there's this guy, Steve Leto, that does, the best legal take on all the news. And so those are the 3 channels I watch. I don't watch much auto stuff. And, yeah, these guys, great consistency, really good quality, and, yeah, they're just super likable personalities.
That's awesome. Okay, another one down the line. Video and editing software of choice. Video camera and editing software of choice. Joy.
I am very low budget to 0 budget. I actually started shooting from my iPhone. And then a year later, when my channel started monetizing, I upgraded myself to a GoPro 8. I still use that. And video editing software is a free iMovie.
Nice.
I use whatever camera, but mostly it's a Canon M50. It just does 1080p. It's nothing major. And then I use Final Cut Pro, Apple stuff.
Raphael.
Yeah, I'm currently using a Canon R6. Use Final Cut or DaVinci Resolve to edit. I have a Blackmagic camera 6K Pro as well, but I don't use it as much. It's more for other stuff that I do on the side. Yeah.
Nice. Kyle?
Yeah, I think you'll see the theme. We've learned it's not necessarily about the equipment you have, but about the people. I mean, everyone on my team, we all shoot iPhone. We all use Final Cut to edit. Everything's airdropped to our computers, and you don't need the big fancy equipment to make a channel. And on this topic, actually, a lot of people ask us, "Hey, how'd you start your channel? What do you need?" I'm like, "Do you have an iPhone in your pocket? You literally have everything we have. That's all you need."
Exactly. And that was kind of the purpose of the question, right? Believe it or not, that's a very common question that gets asked. It's like, what are you using? What should I buy? Should I invest in this crazy camera? Like, no, just start making, right? I think, I'll say for even myself is I've been wanting to make videos for years, but it took a long time to finally just be like, oh, I'll make a video. And then it just, tumbled from there. Awesome. And then final question is, for all of you guys, what's the biggest Tesla meetup that you've been to?
Tesla Takeover.
Tesla Takeover. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being up here. Thank you for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Raj. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.